Kamaru Usman taking on the one and only Street Judas. Street Jesus.
Oh, wow. I can't wait for this fight.
Oh, man, it's going to be hilarious. Because I know Kobe's got a fair share of words to say for this one.
Yeah.
I love this matchup.
Such a fun fight.
Who you got?
Oh, wow. We're just starting with that. All right.
Who you got? And why? Tell me why.
I mean, look, first of all, I like both of these guys. I know Usman gets a lot of heat, but I'm a fan of him too. And Masvidal, come on. Like, the whole resurrection thing is awesome. But
what's the heat that he gets?
Against Usman?
Yeah.
You just, I mean, I remember when he started with the whole 30% thing a while back. That didn't work out too well for him. So I think people still give him heat for all that stuff. And plus, I mean, Masvidal's just a fan favorite. So, like,
yeah, it's
almost like your team Masvidal or go fuck yourself kind of thing, where it's like if you go like, yeah, I hope Usman gets it done, like, get out of here. Like, we don't want to deal with that kind of thing. So
it's fascinating to see how the shift. But Usman is definitely still a crowd favorite, I think. Okay. I mean, look on his following. I think he has like 2 million followers or something like that. So I think he's definitely got a fan base.
No,
for sure.
Definitely. I'm a big fan. Look, I'm a big fan of Usman. I think he says the right things. His fight style's, I think, it's pretty awesome. Honestly, this guy's freaking jacked.
Yeah.
Can push a hard 5 rounds. Like,
how does he say things? Because I got my interpretation of when I hear Usman. What do you think?
I will say his cadence is a little bit like, well, like one of the, okay, I'm not trying to even mock him, but like it's one of those where it's like, all right, like, come on, man. I can't tell if that's him being authentic or him like trying to put on a persona.
I don't know. I can't tell. I'm like, yo,
if
that's Usman 24/7, he is Usman LL Cool J.
Yeah, exactly.
Kamaru LL Cool J Usman. That's him, in my opinion. And it's actually hilarious because every time I see him, for me, it's like he's got the shades on. It's like, who is this guy, Ariel? Let me know. I'm going to go out there and show the world why he's a bum and why I'm the best welterweight champion of the world.
Honestly, that's actually pretty fair. That's pretty...
LL Cool J out. LL Cool J out. Lick the lips. LL. That's Usman to me.
No,
it's hilarious.
I'm a fan. I still like him. Look, I think, especially like after a guy's done fighting, like when he was like in the post-fight interviews and stuff like that, I think those are like really genuine moments from him. Like regardless of what and like when I see that, then I'm like, all right, I'm a fan of him. Like,
nah, you can't not be a fan of Usman. It's in my opinion, unless you're fighting him.
That's fair.
I guess.
Look, I am a bigger fan of Masvidal.
Pretty solid, good dude. But it's just hilarious because obviously the people want to see this fight. So let's just talk about the shenanigans going around this fight. One, Masvidal's taking this fight on short notice, relatively 7 days.
Roughly. Probably like 7, let's say.
Yeah, I'll say 7 days. Gets on a jet, takes the fight after having the dispute with the contract stuff and not wanting to take the fight because he felt like he was undervalued and whatnot. He got paid more for the Nate fight than he would have been getting paid for this fight. Allegedly. This is what I'm seeing on the ESPN, Masvidal News whenever he's doing interviews and stuff. So I get it. Gilbert Burns comes out of nowhere, bursts on the scene in 170-pound division, pretty much demolishes everyone except for his debut, which was like a split decision, I think, against the Russian guy. It was a really close fight, very competitive. And then from there, just like he made the adjustment, found more belief in himself. And the way he dominated Woodley was arguably way worse than what Usman did to Woodley, in my opinion.
I think so. Rocked him, had him against the cage the whole time, took him down. Like, that's the thing that shot him. Took him down a few times. Like, that was something else to watch.
It looked like he was going to get finished. It looked like he was going to finish him a couple times.
No, you're right. I honestly, like, if we were talking about a purely competitive standpoint, I think Gilbert Burns would have been a more interesting matchup. Like, if we're just talking about, like, pure competitive. But I think...
Stylistically.
Exactly. But Masvidal is just so fun, man. Like, the way...
He's an enigma, man.
He's an enigma, yeah. Just what he brings to the table is so much. I just think his stand-up is vicious. He's not bad anywhere. You can't say he's, like... He's a great fighter. Like, I can't... I'm gonna pick Usman to win it, but at the same time,
I think smart money's on Usman to win.
Exactly.
But to rule out Masvidal is so naive. No. And I look at this. Masvidal can grapple.
Absolutely.
He's probably got that over Usman all day long. Usman might be strong, could probably power out of stuff.
But if we're talking about like pure grappling over years and technique, like Masvidal's got that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look what he beat Michael Chiesa, submitted him dark stroke with his own submission.
Yeah, that was years ago too.
Tons of guys. Wow. And I heard this stat, which is crazy, is he's the first guy to have this many fights before ever getting a title shot. which is like
Wow.
over 40. I'm like, that's.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
35-13, which doesn't sound like a great record, but if you even look at some of those losses, like those weren't like
Questionable.
Those are questionable, man. These were tough
ones.
losses too, like against some of the best guys in the world.
Yeah.
So,
and that's when he come back with the resurrection for the baptism.
oh, I love
the countdown when he's standing in the countdown like this. I'm like, yo, this is hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie, it's
he's got his
absolute
hands
fire.
up like he's Jesus, and he's. Ah.
I love that they use that for all the promos too. Like he says he's gonna baptize people. I'm like, oh my god.
Yo, that's what gets me going. It's
No, it
like,
really
yo, when you
does.
start talking like that,
I'm hyped. I'm in.
I'm like, where do I send my money? I give you, hit me up with the Venmo account. Just make sure you deliver, and he does.
He does.
always
No.
does.
I mean, I don't know how his cardio. And I have heard things like I was listening to Dustin Poirier.
He was eating pizza.
He was definitely
on the plane.
He was definitely fucking around.
Dun-dun-dun. I hope it was just one slice. Please.
It might have
tell
just
me it
been
was
even just
one
look.
slice.
Who knows? He might
Or
have
a
done it for
bite.
social media.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a
exactly.
bite,
And then be
please.
like, all right, now I gotta get back to training. But I know he brought in Bo Nickel,
Yeah.
3-time Division I champion, Anthony Cassar, heavyweight champion.
Getting after it.
Yeah, he was training with the top guys for this fight at some point before the whole contract disputes happened. So he was taking this seriously. And I know I listened to Dustin Poirier in an interview. He was saying Jorge was one of his main main sparring partners for this.
I would
too.
imagine that.
Yeah, for his fight. So it's not like he was really coming off the couch kind of thing.
Like
So-
me and Marab.
Exactly.
Perfect yin and yang.
Perfect. Exactly. So it's just a perfect matchup for those two. So I do really think it's going to be interesting. I hope a part of me just wants Masvidal to just go in there and just for those first 3 rounds, just put everything into it. Be like, yo, we're not looking for a 5-round decision. We're
Yeah.
looking for one of these 3, just get it done. Because I think that's his best chance to do this, honestly. Because I think the further this fight goes, it probably favors Kamaru.
Oh, for 100% for a fact. But I think grappling, you give that advantage to
Yes.
Masvidal. You could look at the wrestling and wrap that into grappling, but
Yeah.
I think him fighting Damian Maia and not giving up the takedown.
Not giving up the sub.
Well, not giving up the sub.
Yeah.
Pretty much circling around the octagon with Damian Maia on his
As a
back for
back,
Masvidal
yeah.
and not getting submitted. Where Usman fought Damian Maia, had the position taken away from Damian Maia because of the ref.
That's true. No, that's a good point.
We don't know how that fight could have went.
That's very.
I'm
Look,
not trying to
No,
discredit the
not
win.
at all.
But we don't know how that situation would have ended up because there was a lot of time left in that round.
Exactly. And
You know?
just to take away that position from a guy like Damian Maia specifically for that
Yeah.
guy, it's like, man, you really kind of just handcuffed him for a second there.
You
Like,
really did.
yeah. So, and look, to Masvidal's credit, like, well, he did get in those positions. Like, he did get stuck, with Maia on his back, but he never gave up any of those. He never gave up that spot. To Usman's credit, he just after that just never gave Maia even that
Another
option.
opportunity.
Exactly. That
Kept
was
flopping,
it. Yep,
butt
exactly.
scooting around.
He just never
Get your
even-
ass off the ground.
So it is an interesting fight. A part of me just wants Masvidal
Boxing.
to keep this.
Who's got the
Come
boxing?
on, let's be clear. This is boxing.
Who's faster? With the hands.
Who's crisper, faster?
So I
gotta
watched
say
Colby
Masvidal.
Covington versus Usman again, and the first round,
Colby was definitely hitting him more.
Colby was definitely the faster
Yeah.
puncher, the harder hitter. Obviously, Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that was enough for me to go, I think Masvidal can probably have a better chance of maybe even lighting him up early, and maybe Usman endures it,
Yeah.
comes back and wins.
Yeah, no, it's
But
possible.
I think in the early goings, that's going to be Masvidal's best chance of winning that fight.
No, that I 100% agree with. If we're talking pure stand up, like if these guys took a kickboxing fight, I'm picking Masvidal all day.
All day.
So
Which I think Usman knows. He knows
Yeah,
where
yeah,
his strengths
exactly.
lies. He probably would strike with him for a little bit, but then ultimately push him against the cage like he did Woodley against Dos Anjos.
Dos Anjos, yeah.
And who's the other one he fought that he did that to? There was another guy.
Mearshart, Gerald Mearshart.
No, that's 85. There was another guy Usman fought that he pressed against the cage, Leon Edwards.
Edwards.
But yeah, he stifles you. We
Yeah,
know
yeah.
he grinds you. He's a grinder. And he's a big, strong boy that
Yeah.
when he gets his hands on you, man, it's hard to get out of his grip.
I'm sure he's not going to, but it's just as long as he doesn't fall into the trap of he just TKO'd Colby Covington, he's like, oh man, my hands are dangerous. As long as he doesn't fall,
Problem.
yeah, I'm a problem. He was
Hello,
right.
Cujo, I'm a problem.
As long as he doesn't fall into that, I think this should
Gotta
be.
love Usman.
Oh man, I'm a fan of Usman. I think it'd be way more interesting if Masvidal wins just because of who he is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man,
The
Usman's-
streets would go insane.
Oh my god.
It would be Cuba's first chance, first champion.
That's crazy.
Which
Wow,
would be,
that
you know,
would be crazy.
Add another country to the rings that they have on the gems. They have like the rubies
Yeah.
for the different countries. And
No,
stuff.
I like that. Who you got in this one? See,
If
I'm
I'm
picking
betting,
Usman.
if I'm betting, smart money is on Usman.
Yeah.
But if I'm also bet. No, actually, smart money is on Usman in terms of like a Mayweather standpoint. Like, you know, Mayweather's a lot, but you just want to see if this other guy really does have a shot.
Can he bring something?
If I'm putting money because of the odds, I'm betting Masvidal all day long because
point.
I do believe right now he's a 3-1 underdog. So
something
that's
along those lines.
a good chance where this guy's fought everybody. You could argue he's got more experience than Usman.
Oh, he does, yeah.
And we do know sometimes experience wins fights.
You're right. I love this fight. It's going to be really interesting.
This is why it's so hard. You got the flying knee. You got the Darren Till taking out a bigger, stronger guy who has a laser rocket left hand, gets clipped by him, gets back up, and then feints. The right hand comes back with the big bomb left hook, and then pop, 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 fight's over. And then he turns to the crowd and he just goes, What's up?
What's up? I love that.
I was like, yo!
Even after he knocks that aspirin, he just yells at Dana White, why'd you put that bum with me?
Why'd you put that bum
That's one of my all-time favorite quotes now. Just like, why'd you put that bum with me? I'm like, yo, this man did not just... The disrespect. I can't wait for this fight.
So if I'm betting money, I'm going with Masvidal, obviously.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I like the odds on that and the chance to actually win. But if I'm saying, you know what, this is my pick, I got to be smart and pick the guy who's training for Gilbert Burns and I go with Usman. I don't know. I got.
It's a good fight. I just hope
it should be good.
I think it should deliver. Yeah.
He's planning fuck a name and the fame. Only legacy remains. Remember the name, Aljamain Sterling.